Hey y'all, hey. It's your sugar here. Yes. Been a little bit. I've been skipping sessions. Yes, but here I am tonight. Now, tonight's show might be short and sweet. Who knows? But let me introduce myself. I am Natalie Sugar Brown. This is my platform here on the Talk and Fight uh, boxing channel. To talk, this is my platform to talk about where we talk about women's boxing. Okay, where I give an authentic analysis breakdown on what it really is that they're saying about these women out here behaving badly. I also give a little bit of history and context to a lot of this stuff going on out here, which is a lot of bull jive and shenanigans. I want you to know about the real beauty of women out here behaving badly and who's doing it the authentic way, the best way, who's carrying it, and who's just riding. Okay? For those who are new, you are welcome to join the conversation. There's no such thing as a stupid or silly question. Okay. But, if you want to take it somewhere, just know that Shug and her people then will take it there too. Okay. For those who are true, thanks for always showing up and supporting your girl Sugar. Got a lot of things in the works. I can't even say too much about it right now. Just hold on. Wait a minute. But we could still talk. We could still have these conversations. So tonight, I don't know. The title is Would You Pass or Would You Pay? Okay, meaning my title is because oh, did I even mention on my intro that sugar, it ain't just sugar that you see here in front of you. Sugar is a pugilist. I'm a woman who has behaved badly in many different facets, right? I'm a pure pugilist. Um, been there, done that. Grew up and became a woman in doing it. So that's why um, my guys at Talk and Fight, or my people, support me all over the world because a lot of them have seen the journey, are familiar with the growth, and we speak the same language, right? I'm able, boxing was more so a life's work and is a life's work and journey for me, rather than uh, belts and all that bull jive. I've spoken to so many females or women, not females, right? We want to. It's different being a woman, okay? A woman doing this, a woman in combat, a woman in pugilism, a women who we had to make the road and pave the road. Women who have had to, uh, uh, make the path. Us who paved it, the others who are now solidifying it and making it a main street. Okay. Um, I said that to say this. This that we talk statistics and we talk numbers and all of that, but this will be or is one of the only platforms that we can talk that real deal stuff about the life and times of women in pugilism, women who've actually um, put the blood, shed the blood in there, taken risks, put their lives on that, sign their lives away on that dotted line. Okay, and we celebrate every last one of us. Okay, I celebrate every last one of us, meaning I celebrate the us champions that proclaimed. I celebrate you ladies, but I also celebrate the ones who um, the belt doesn't determine. Uh, whether she's a champion or not. And it never has, right? A belt that never has determined if a woman boxer was a champion or not. This is something that has just come about maybe in the last decade, right? We've always built our names and our brands and our who we are was the title. Who is she? What's her name? Oh yeah, I know her. I seen it. Yeah, right. That was the title, right? These belts are something else. But I digress. Would you pass or pay? That's the title of tonight's show. Why? I got a little snacky snack too. Uh, because there are a couple fights in the wings right now. Oh my gosh, that is so good. um, and I want to know how real these fights are to you all out there. Okay. How interesting are these fights really? You know, um, I want you to join in and tell me what you think. Those who end up showing up tonight. What? Omar Johnson, the Guat is live again, always with the knowledge. Look at you chiming in first. Good to see you. I think you've joined my show. Yeah, you wanted the first ones who supported the Sugar Show, and thank you, baby, for taking the time to uh revisit your girl Shug and I mean Guat. Uh, uh, that's kind of a I don't know that's a crazy title or a crazy name to that the young lady Clarissa Shields has made her own, but Guat, I suppose it means greatest woman of all time. And there's many of us. There's not just one. There's many of us. So, lovely assistant, come in with the first image that we're gonna talk about. Hello, lovely assistant. Come on now. Where you at? I knew you was around here somewhere. Oh, you want to show the whole? All right. Now, this fight's coming up this weekend. Sandy Ryan versus Terry Harper. Okay, and these are the statistics here. To my left, to my left. Okay, so Sandy Ryan right now is 6-1-1, meaning 6 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. Terry Harper is 14 wins, 1 loss, and 2 draws. Okay. Now, two of Sandy Ryan's victories are via KO, and 6 of Terry Harper's 14 victories are via KO. Okay. They're both the same height, according to these statistics. One has a slightly longer reach in Sandy Ryan. Okay, and there's a 3-year age difference. Both of them are orthodox. Okay, all right. Both have fought quality opposition. Both of them have fought common opposition as well. They both have fought Cecilia Brækhus. They both have fought Jessica McCaskill, right? To name some names. And both, no. Sorry. Terry Harper did not fight Jessica McCaskill. My apologies. Both have fought Cecilia Brækhus and I think that's just about it. But you guys correct me if I've made a mistake. All right. But we'll use Brækhus as the sounding board here. Okay. both quality opposition on, out there on paper, where McCaskill is still a champion, and Terry Harper has fought the likes of Natasha Jonas and have defeated her. So if we're thinking about this in win loss, I would say they're both pretty strong contenders out here. Now let's peel this banana back. Okay. Now, what would you pass or pay for this fight? Meaning, is this a fight that you would spend your bucks on? Would you pay for that ticket to go watch Sandy Ryan and Terry Harper fight, based on their past performances? I'll tell you my angle, and if y'all want to chime in, go ahead. If not, we just keep it moving, okay? Now, I would say, it's a pass for me to pay for this fight right here, right? I'll catch up with it. I'll watch it later on down. Harper's last showing was lackluster, and Sandy Ryan gave away her championship to McCaskill, her last outing. Both of these women are the same type of fighter, and I'll good and bad. Okay, I'll give the strong points first. The strong points are, these ladies have great technique, have a great technical foundation. Okay, they seem to be strong physically in their weight class. They have a basic foundation of how to carry through a I wouldn't say strategy, but how to carry through a blueprint of what a fighter's supposed to do in order to complete a fight. But what we're not looking at nowadays in women's boxing is, in order for us to say we've evolved, we have to perform now. We have to perform. Meaning, we're not just going in there and wow, she hits hard and wow, she's fast. Now it's, how is she putting these variables together to perform in a way that it convinces me to continue to be entertained and continue to watch this fight, this interaction, right? I've said this before, and one of my true blue misfits who joins my chats, the show, Women's Boxing Channel. They're very, very fond of Sandy Ryan, okay? But I would say, I always say this, Sandy Ryan needs a bit more seasoning, okay? Now, she's taking the risk, and she's doing what she needs to do. But in order for this young lady to pass, to evolve and pass that threshold that she needs to, in order to, become make a true mark on the industry, what she needs to do is, I would say, humble herself and put a bit of, what's the word I want to use? She needs to put a bit more soul, if she even has it. A lot of y'all out there ain't got much soul, ain't got much sauce. Meaning, you've got to go through some things. You've got to go through some things in order to get your point across in a fight. Okay. That's what that sauce is. That's what I mean by the sauce. That's what I mean by the seasoning, right? What are the special herbs and spices that have come from what you've gone through, good and bad, and how that influences how you execute that performance in the ring? Okay. I'm not seeing it in Sandy Ryan. I still see her as, just, any old fighter who wants to talk. All right. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm tough. Oh, I mean, we all going to do it. We all bad. Right. But show me better than you could tell me. Right. And when it comes down to crunch time, when it's time to show, okay, it's that sauce that makes or breaks the fight, that makes it for you. Okay. Whether you win or lose, when we see that sauce, that's what we pay for. That's what we want in women's boxing. Same thing for Harper. Harper is, the good stuff for Ryan. Like I said, I've named that. The things that she needs to work on is, just uh, growth and showing it in what she does inside and outside the ring. With Harper, the same thing. I'm not seeing growth, especially I'm, the last outing of Terry Harper for me was Cecilia Brækhus, and when I saw that, I was totally convinced that you ain't gonna waste my time like that no more, right? I got better things to do. So that's why she's on. She's one of the pass the remote so I could change the channel, or I'll pay for this talk. Okay, because this fight right here is a good fight. It, it's a fight to me that didn't really need to happen right now. Um, and we'll see where it goes. I always thought Terry Harper was older than Sandy Ryan, but I mean, 3 years ain't no big deal. It really ain't. Uh, it, this is women's boxing. Sometimes 10 years ain't no big deal in women's boxing because the broad gets better with time, right? We just like berries and all of those fruits that just get better with time. Okay. Interesting to see. I mean, I'm interested in the result, but and good luck to both of them this weekend, right? But y'all gonna tell me what happened. I got something to do this weekend, right? um I think there's some titleship involved in this. And tonight's talk, I'm not even going to really run it down or anything like that. I just want to know, is you or ain't you going to pay for this one? Right? Y'all let me know in the comments, okay? Next fight. Next image. Please. Thank you. The next one is Baumgardner versus Persoon. Okay. Now, okay, somebody comes in. Bruce Gas Boxing, Jazz, and more. Hey, I've seen you around here before too. Says, hey, my sister. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Just talking about these fights that are coming up between these broads out here. Okay, broads and crones. Okay. Now this fight coming up, Alicia Baumgardner versus Delphine Persoon. Would I ask you to pass the remote so I could turn to change the channel? Or would I pay for this? Well, depending on how my checking account look, I'd probably pay for this. Yeah. Um, both are entertaining fighters, right? And this is a interesting matchup. This is a good matchup. Okay. Um, goodness, let me look. The line's about to change real quick, but let me look at the statistics here on my trusted device. Okay. So Alicia Baumgardner, her record is, let's see, child, what is your record right now? And she can fight again, right? So I think this is within the time that I think everyone should fight Alicia Baumgardner, because um you know that they're going to be testing her, right? She's known for taking them uh Flintstone vitamins that make you bump up, right? That add that extra on you. Now she said she went through whatever test to show and prove that she was indeed unwittingly drugged. I don't know what story it was. Either she was clean or she was unwittingly drugged, right? She has two stories out there, okay? But she said she did her own test, so all pretty much they're going along with it, and she gets to keep her titles that she has, okay? She's 15 wins, one loss, no draws, okay? No draws. um and 15 of her I'm sorry, 7 of her 15 victories are via KO, okay? She's rallying at super feather. She's had notable opposition in Christina Linadarto. Great fighter, but didn't allow herself to get her roots in the ground. Ellen McCallid, she knocked Ellen McCallid out. Um, well, I mean, she dropped her pretty bad a couple times. It's saying a unanimous decision was made, but yeah, Ellen McCallum had, like, she was on that canvas a couple times in the fight. And to be honest, if you were looking at that fight and thinking about this steroid thing, the way she knocked Ellen off her damn feet, I would have been, you could have convinced me that night that she was on that Popeye spinach. You know what I'm saying? Um, because Ellen McCallid, both of these women, Delphine Pursoon and Alicia Baumgartner, have fought Ellen McCallid. And Delphine Pursoon is a like, I always say, I'm on this, I'm on this team of Delphine Pursoon was handed Katie Taylor her first loss. Okay. I think she beat her that night. Um, let's see who comes in. The Phantom. Hello. Why, hello, The Phantom. Thanks for joining me tonight. Tonight's show is, well, tonight's platform is where we talk about women behaving badly. Yes, women's boxing, women in pugilism. And we're just talking about some of the recent fights out here with some known fighters, some matchups that, would you pay to watch them, or would you say, "Yo, pass the remote so I could change the channel to something freaking naughty"? um, Bruce Gas Boxing, Jazz and Moore says, "I tried to send them over, baby." Okay, I don't know what you're talking about with that one. Okay, what you talking about? Are you going to hit up Sugar Books? Hmm? Y'all can always donate. Hmm? Let me know. Um, Buy Sugar something nice. Give me something nice. But I digress. Ellen McCallid fought Elham McCallid. Great. I'm talking about. Oh, okay. Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz and More says, I send people to your channel, baby, from the tavern. Okay. Thank you, Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz and More. Thank you. Yeah, let's get some people in on this conversation. Yeah. Right? Because it's always a party when we link up, right? Right? Yeah, let's have a good time talking about these women behaving badly and tell me what you thinking. What do you think? I still want you to tell me what do you think about like even I'm using the posters now too. Right? I'm using the posters because this is how they're selling women's boxing right now. This is how they're selling it. Does it make you want to say, them two bitches look rowdy. I want to see them go at it, right? Or how do this thing make you feel? Let's talk. Now going back to what they've done, like the real how they've put foot to pavement and gotten to this place. Both have fought Elham McCallid, and it's hard to come out because I keep kind of going off the topic. But Elham McCallid is a great boxer, fantastic boxer, and she knows how to execute a strategy. That's what I like about her. The thing is, I said her roots weren't in the ground yet because she jumped and fought Alicia Baumgardner. After she fought Delphine Persoon, I thought she should have smartened up and fought some opposition that would help her become a physically stronger fighter inside the ring. She could Delphine Persoon pressed Elham McCallid. Okay, this is Delphine Persoon versus Elham McCallid was the fight that got my attention on Elham McCallid because Delphine Persoon is such a pressure fighter and she is physically strong and she don't let up, and you've got to know what you're doing in there to deal with Delphine Persoon, and I would have honestly given Elham McCallid a draw that night when she fought Delphine Persoon. Right? She handled her. The thing about it is she wasn't strong enough to show that she could be equally as dominant. Her strength was in the fact that she can box, right? And she was dotting I's and crossing T's that night, and I liked what I was seeing. Now, when she then, I don't know who went and talked her into this fight with Alicia Baumgardner. I don't know who, especially because, that's what I forgot, my cookies. I can't eat that now. Because it all go together. What was I saying? When Elham McCallid went to fight Alicia Baumgardner was on her, she's on her rise, right? You're basically an unknown fighter. You don't want to take on somebody like that in your career, right? You're only aiding them in their ascent to the top, right? What you need to do is you need to work on yourself. Okay, so I'm not sure why she took that fight, but Baumgardner she did her dirty in the fight. Like I said, McCallid couldn't stay on her feet, and I'm not sure it could have been for many reasons, right? McCallid must she might have sucked weight too fast. She might have, I mean, there could have been a whole bunch of other variables that caused her to not look so great that night. I take nothing from her abilities, but I just think it was a really bad night for her, and Alicia Baumgartner really shined. Okay. And she was shining with it until we found out that she'd be taking steroids, you know? And I don't care what anybody says, right? I don't care what nobody say. A lot of us have been fighting for years, and that mistake has never been made, even though at the same time they don't check. But yeah, this steroid thing, we ain't, you don't get caught with steroids unless you're taking them in women's boxing. That's just it. The Phantom comes in and says, I don't know the women's side. It's pretty game. I don't know the women's side. It's pretty game. They don't usually turn down assignments. It's true. Women fighters, women boxers, or women in boxing usually don't turn down assignments, right? And that needs to change, right? Just because somebody on your porch knocking on your door, like you gotta learn from these punk asses that's not answering the door, right? That's why I say and said in the beginning of the show that I celebrate all of us, right? I celebrate the punks because they know how to get where they're going, right? As I also celebrate the real gangsters, the real G's, right? We don't turn down assignments. I took an assignment that I really wasn't ready for and I should have turned down, but the chips fell where they may. Why? We feel like, okay, this is our next shot and it feels so good. That's number one. Number two, we always feel like I could take the bitch, right? But you don't know how everything's orchestrated when that contract comes to your table. You don't know if you have been stalked, right? You don't know if they've been watching you and waiting for you to get stale, or watching you and waiting for things to not be so good for you, and then they give you this opportunity that you feel like it's going to help you, but they've been setting your ass up this whole time, right? So you just never know. We need to be smarter in taking these assignments, and thank you, the Phantom, for adding that to the conversation, because it's something that needs to be said. We don't talk about that very much in women's boxing, and we all should, right? It always comes about that us women, and is an A side and B side now, and everyone's doing it for the money and one's doing it for the clout, right? Somebody getting paid either way, right? We've got to bring more value to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We can't take every assignment, just like, you guys out there, I hope, but maybe this is the case. You ain't going to go out with every gal that asks you to the dance. You're not going to dance with every gal that'll twerk something on you. Maybe not. Who knows? Right? But I mean, we need to be a bit more choosy in the fights that we entertain too, as women who behave badly. So Bruce Gas Boxing and more says, at the Phantom salute. Bruce Gas Boxing says, I don't know shit about women's boxing, but I like to listen to you talk about it. Okay, that too. And I hope you may not know shit about women's boxing, and I like that you like to hear me talk about it, but you don't have to know about women's boxing or boxing in general to really talk about it, right? Because it's a fight, and a fight a fight can be, talking about a fight is, she just looked like she'll whoop somebody else. Oh, I like how she looking. She look, just coming out there because that's what we sell first, right? We sell that. Just like how you like hearing how I talk about it. Well, I never got an opportunity to talk too much. I spoke with my hands. Okay. But now these young fight, these new fighters, now they have platforms where they have a platform free of charge where they can talk their shit, right? And they can go for what they know. Back in the day, we used to just show up. And like the Phantom said, we didn't turn down no assignments, right? We was standing on business, right? I was talking to somebody the other day on the underground when Sugar was on the underground circuit, and people, some of us are so spoiled now to be like, I hate sparring on a full stomach, and just have these little quirks that, I'd be at the dinner table and get a call, yo, 10 bands if you come down here now and wipe this bitch. Say less, right? And I'm showing up. That's how that stuff goes, right? That's where some of us come from. You know what I'm saying? And then we have the glorious, glamorous stage where we're fighting on big promoted cards. Okay, so this is the stuff that I'm talking about. A fight is a fight is a fight. Women's boxing is just a reflection of, or it's just maybe an aspect of how women behave badly. And I just think they could do a lot better at some of the ways that they promote it and who they have out there. The Phantom said, yo, Bruce, thanks for the link here and subscribe. I'm subscribing. Okay. Listen, I'm going to say this to y'all too. Subscribe to the talkingfight.com, right? My boys here at talkingfight.com. But you know what? Sugar about to get her channel, her own channel up too. And it was out. It was out. Look it up. Natalie Sugar Brown out here on YouTube, but it was sleep for a little bit, been sleep, right? But there's some side stuff that I'm gonna start putting on there that's about this sugar life, this sweet life that I live as a woman who behaves and has behaved badly, and just the things and the perspective of life that I have gathered from doing this in my life and time. So I'm gonna start checking in there. So y'all subscribe to that too. Just look up Natalie Sugar Brown on YouTube as well. Bruce Gas Boxing, Jazz and More says, you look like you could kick some ass. Well, do I? I have kicked some ass. Yeah, you don't make it this far in doing this. I'm an old lady too, right? I have kicked some ass. Now, listen, I've got my share of some ass whoopings too, right? I didn't make it this far without knowing how one feels, right? But it is what it is. I'm real in the field, and I can talk about it just as good as I can put my hands together and do it. John McSmith says, salute, Bruce. Oh, yeah, salute, Bruce. Thanks for bringing people to the party. What's up, you guys? It's a party. I'm getting excited now. R Scarf One, hey, how you been, friend? How you been? Good to see you showing up tonight. Now, R Scarf One says, I don't think Baumgartner wants to fight Persoon, but now she has no choice unless she moves up to lightweight. Only the WBC said they would sanction this. The other sanctioning bodies may strip her. No, R Scarf One, it may strip her. They had time. They're not going to strip her. She finding a way to pay that money, right? She paying her tab. So I don't think that's the thing. I don't think they want to strip her because remember, from belts and bodies in boxing, these sanctioning bodies, They just want somebody to pay the bill for holding that belt. It's not about who's better or the best, right? It's really about who pays the membership and who's willing to pay more for the membership, right? So Delphine Pursoon has been around a while and she's had some strength behind her. So I think she got her money up where she stepped up. She said, listen, um, you know what I'm saying? While what you call it, while Baumgardner here popping popping these pills, right? I'll still fight her. And I'm a fighter now while she on probation. I got the money for it. And the WBC said, well, Baumgardner, guess what? You have to fight her, right? Because I absolutely agree with you, R Scarf One. Baumgardner really doesn't want to fight Pursoon, right? She talks shit about fighting Clarissa. She talks shit about everybody else, but you ain't never heard, right, her say that, oh, I'm looking to fight fighters like Pursoon, and Pursoon was right there too, right? So this fight right here is one to bring her ass down, to you know, bring her down to a level where, listen, get past this, shut your ass up and get past this broad right here. Then we'll see what you got to say. Between her leaving, I think she left her previous coach, and I think he was her boyfriend too. I mean, I thought they were an item, but they've parted ways. Okay. She's with the Haney camp now. To so much so where she got Devin Haney daddy swearing on her pum pum out here. Yes, I said her pum pum. Why? Because, and I don't want to talk about this too much, but we got Adrian Bronner out here talking about Alicia Baumgardner done got ran through by all these male fighters. Let me bring this back to why we want equal opportunities as women in pugilism. Okay, we're here to fight. Okay, I don't care who done ran through Alicia Baumgardner. Okay, I don't care if it's true or not. Can the bitch fight? Right? That's what it is. And I want equal opportunity in that, because a lot of male champions are hoes out there too. All right. Y'all get to screw around with however many and whoever you want to. Right. So let's get this equal opportunity thing. That doesn't take away who I am and what I do in the ring. Same thing with the male. Okay. That's what it is. It's not that we want to fight y'all men. Okay. Right. But what we want is the same kind of respect. Okay. You a hoe, I'm a hoe. Let's take it to the boxing ring, right? Can the hoe fight? Can that hoe fight? Yeah. Okay, then we on the same page. You know what I'm saying? You a champion, I'm a champion. Right? You might be a hoe on the side, but listen, you champion it up, right? Now, Alicia Baumgardner is one of those female fighters that have used the pom pom to get herself where she needs to go. Like, it is what it is, right? But she has been able to hold her place wherever she goes because she's an athlete and she can keep it together enough to win her fights. Okay. Didn't want to talk about it too much, but she's out there now. She's with the Haney camp. Got Devin Haney's father. I don't know what was his name or anything like that, right? But got the man putting his question in another man about his manhood. What kind of a man talks about who a woman is sleeping with? Well, a man who probably wanted some and ain't get none. He was in line for it and he ain't get none. Okay. We're not going to talk about who ain't got no money and who's broke, because um that's what her rebuttal is to Adrian Bronner, right? About broke people. Let me tell you something. Whether you broke or not, if you got something to say and you not denying it, baby girl, then it is what a broke man said it, and it might be true, right? If you were as bad as you said, as you think you is, Alicia Baumgartner, you would have said, yeah, I did all of them. Mm-hmm. And you mad because I didn't do you. And keep it moving, right? You supposed to have power in that puss. I mean, I don't want it to be an X-rated show, but yeah, because it's power in mind, right? If a goon, well, not even a goon, if a guy want to come back around and talk about what sugar got, the sweetness that sugar got, I'm gonna claim it. I'm gonna claim it. But what I've learned not to do in my life from the elders, from the wise ones, is don't ever question, don't ever put your name behind nobody else's private. Don't ever swear on it. Don't, that's theirs, right? So don't question what kind of a man, right? Because guess what? Now it's sounding like Daddy Haney got him a taste and he a little bit hooked on it, right? Because I ain't gonna swear on nobody's private parts unless I'm hooked. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Okay. Um, but moving on from that, this fight's coming up, and we don't. What I don't want women's boxing to turn into is, hoeing, or you in your little hoe phase, and maybe you done ran through 4 5 of these guys, and now that's the topic of discussion instead of your upcoming fight. You know what I'm saying? We want to keep you a fighter. I would are you a hoe first or a fighter? You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. John McSmith said, oh, okay. So wait a minute. Bruce Gas Boxing says, welcome, McSmith. John McSmith, they're laughing with Bruce. Okay. John McSmith said, Bruce Gas brought me here. Like and subscribe. Okay. Well, thank you. And yes, like and subscribe to Sugar and look me up, Natalie Sugar Brown. The Phantom says, Delphine Pursoon, I don't think she'd be much of a threat. You think it's a fight Baumgartner is avoiding? Really? Yeah, I think it's a fight Baumgartner is avoiding because it's a hard fight. See, Delphine Pursoon don't go away. She's not gonna go away. She's gonna stay in your chest for all 10 of them rounds, right? And she'll beat you up. She don't have knockout power like, say, Linda Darto or whatever, but she'll beat you up. So it's a bit annoying to know that you're going to dance the whole night, you're going to get some lumps and bumps, and you're going to really have to see how you're going to perform well enough to not to just put it this way. Pursoon can make the fight so ugly with Baumgartner that Baumgartner's, whether she wins or lose, there's even more question mark behind her capabilities in that ring, right? She's the type of fighter, she don't want nobody making her look ugly in the ring, right? She wants to have that boom finesse, and what she do, that stuff, she want to be able to do that. Well, you ain't going to be able to geek out like that versus Pursoon. She just wants it her way. The Phantom says she's about 40, Delphine Pursoon. She don't got too much longer. Well, I've discussed it. I discussed it in one of my latter shows. For women, y'all, men, they go down as they age. We actually get stronger as we age. Yeah, our muscles are more solid. We filled out. We're physically stronger as we age. So Delphine Persoon at 40 may be the jam. You know what I'm saying? She's got as long as she wants. That's the thing about women's boxing. Now, people will say, "Oh, we don't want to see no old women fight," but some of the best ass whoopings or some of the best fights I've seen are in the parking lot at the Piggly Wiggly. So let me say no, but like when an old lady do it to you, when a woman do it to you, it's just so much better than when one of them youngins do it to you. And I mean to say that in all facets, right? Young Sugar is different from, or Too Bad, what they used to call me. Miss Too Bad, what they used to call me, is different from Sugar now, right? The way I operate, what I do, how I go about behaving badly, right? And I think I've gotten better with my age. So we don't ever want to put that age thing on women's boxing because it's not the same. Our Scarf One says she's 39. She beat one of the top contenders. She's ranked number one in super feather, in the super feather division by all sanctioning bodies, right? Our Scarf One is talking about Delphine Persoon, which is the truth. A lot of people avoided Delphine Persoon after she did what she did to Katie Taylor. I'm letting y'all know that Delphine Persoon was actually the first one to beat Katie Taylor. Okay, it wasn't no up and toss, coin toss. She ran Katie's ass ragged in that ring that night. I think it was in Madison Square Garden. Was it? Um, right. So what Amanda Serrano did or whatever was leftovers compared to that first encounter. It was so good that they had to run it back a second time. And in that one, Katie Taylor, the track star slash boxer, found a way to find little mice holes that she can get out and around. And she was able to finesse her way to a victory for their second matchup. But that first one, boy, Persoon gave her, she helped herself to that ass. I tell you that. Big Justin James, hey, thanks for joining. Says Persoon is going to feel some pain and power this fight. Oh, okay. So Big Justin James got Baumgardner putting it down against Persoon for this fight. Okay. And, I would say she'll probably feel some. Okay. I want to say this. Alicia Baumgardner was not known for power. She was not known for power. Okay. When she came out the blocks and she did what she did at Terry Harper, who's fighting at welterweight now, right? What she did to Terry Harper was what Terry Harper did to Natasha Jonas, right? When you suck down too low, you cannot. It doesn't matter who you're in the ring with. If you're getting shots, you can't recover quick enough, right, to stand in there. So that's what happened with Baumgardner versus Terry Harper. I would say if Baumgardner was as powerful as she wanted all of us to think she was, she would have shown that in her initial fight against Christina Linadarto. She didn't have that power, and there was no pain, right? She came out, she was a pretty face, she was athletic, she had a little bit of talent, but ain't no power. There was no, Alicia Baumgartner was not known for power, right? And somebody, a fighter had sent me a video of Baumgartner presently training at, I think she's training at Mayweather Gym now with the Haneys. And she's soft. I'm talking about soft. You don't get that soft if you're muscular like that, if you're naturally muscular. Even my body, right? I'm not even like, if I was to take the shirt off, you would see it. I haven't fought, or I haven't sparred in a while, okay? But you would still see that I got hard shoulders, I have biceps, I'm still cut, okay? Same thing with other fighters out there, where you just don't see, they don't soften up, right? The mass might get bigger where they look like, the muscles are a little rounder, but Baumgartner is soft, like her body is soft. You don't see no abs or nothing like that, and she's still actively training, right? So she on some Anavar or some shit like that, right? She's on the bikini, she's on some kind of bikini stuff, because right now, because she got to have some downtime, she's too soft. Body's too soft. Okay? Her jawline was getting real hard, because that's a part of when you pumping up. You know what I'm saying? These things are going to show. Arscoff one says Baumgartner is under scrutiny now. She has to be careful what she eats. Yeah. Right. And there are ways of it getting in. You know what I'm saying? What's her name? Futch, who said that she had got the steroids in her through her boyfriend. Right? She said her boyfriend was taking it, and somehow through fluids, she ingested it into her body. You can't make some of this shit up. You know what I'm saying? You can't make it. Like, ain't we creative? And I think that's what brought Jenny Futch's career down, right? Because she was an Olympian. She was up there with graduating class with Michaela Meyer out the amateurs, and she tried, but I mean, she got her shit tested positive out the gate, right? She didn't even get to go pro. I think it was at the Olympics or something like that. That P came back dirty. You know what I'm saying? Because they never checked. I know that I fought broads with that was on that juice. It ain't stopped nothing though, because I can fight. You know what I'm saying? When you can fight, it's just you just beating up a strong bitch. That's all. But I digress. So Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz and More says that sounds so sexy. What sounds sexy? Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz and More. Come on now. If you want to say something, tell me what it is. Arscoff one says, I saw training videos too. Her arms look deflated. Because I'm not making it up. You know what I'm saying? I was the one who said it. I said it. And it's not that I'm saying, oh, pick me. I said it. But somebody had to say it, right? She was coming out. She was talking that yang. She was on some, you know what I'm saying? Bitch, you on them roids. I said, her face is looking roidish. And sure enough, the following week, boom, it came out. Sugar Show, this platform, right? I don't need no friends in boxing. I'm not a fangirl, and I'm real because I've taken the real road. Okay, so I know what that road looked like. I know what it feels like, and I know how it should continue. And that's why this platform is here. And that's why I welcome all of y'all, right? Because I mean, whether you interested in it or not, or you just like my flow, right? I want you to hear it. I want you to hear it, and I want you to know it. I want ask me these questions. You know what I'm saying? Because it's pretty interesting. These are things. If I sound sexy saying it, imagine how sexy you sound when you say it. Um. So Electrojet says, "Hey girl, how it's going?" Hey Electrojet, I think it's going good. We well into an hour in the show, and it's a party because we done linked up. Okay. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Electrojet says, too many people fangirl or fanboy instead of being a fan of the sport. Boom! Bars. So we spitting bars. You came on here and just dropped that bar, right? Drop the mic. Huh? I like it. Because that's really what it is. And that's why I like when we have these kind of ciphers, when people when my misfits, when people like y'all show up and just talk about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Talk about what you like to hear, you know? Tell me how you feeling about it. Um We got R Scarf One with the facts. We got Bruce Gas Box just jazzing up the flow. You know what I'm saying? We got the Phantom coming in, uh talking that talk. Um really putting the points out there. Okay, we got John Smith talking about I showed up because Bruce was in the building, and I appreciate that too. You know what I'm saying? Just we got Omar Johnson who started it off. I just it didn't expect it to be such a good party, but you know what? Hey, and hey. All right, let me stop. I get carried away. I do. Um, but yes, let's be fans of the sport. You know what I'm saying? Let's not be fangirls and fan guys care who you sleeping with, right? They care who you sleeping with. The sport, can you whoop some ass though, right? After you get up off that thing, can you wrap it up and put hands on it? That's the question, right? I'm good at both. All right, listen. Let me stop. This is YouTube. My guys are at Talking Fight. They always try to hold me back, pull me back from it, because once you get me started, it's hard for me to stop. It really is. So yes, Baumgartner versus Pursoon. I was talking about Ellen McCallum because she was a contender, great contender that have fought both of them. Surprisingly, had a better showing with Pursoon than she did with Baumgartner, and that's why I would pay to see you know what really gonna go what really go on between these two, because I like McCallum and I like what she did, but let's see who's realer in the field, Baumgartner or Pursoon. Electrojet said Bruce is one of the most knowledgeable boxing heads in the YTBC and a great guy. And he comes to my show. Appreciate it, baby. I appreciate that, Bruce, for you telling people to come here, and for Jed to say that you're one of the most knowledgeable boxing heads. You know what I'm saying, out there. It's an honor. I'm honored, truly. Um, Big Justin James comes in and says, Linda Darto said Baumgartner was the hardest puncher she ever felt. Yeah. Was this in the first match or the second match, though? You see what I'm saying? Because they fought twice, right? I ain't hear none of that shit off the first fight. I didn't. And just Alicia Baumgartner was just so confident going into into part two. It's like she just knew she had something else that was going to help her. I just, you know what where was all that after the first time they fought? That's all I have to say. Right? Because I saw the first match. Baumgardner piqued my interest at first because she came out and she was showing her face and her curly hair. And it's like, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, is this another thirst trapping ass bitch? You know what I'm saying? Ain't really have no outstanding amateur background, but she fought amateur. You know what I'm saying? If you a pretty face and you the right complexion, you can make it far, right? And we come in all flavors, colors, and sizes in women's boxing, right? So she was using her ways, right? But never have I heard previous to that when she came out like she did versus Harper and moving up, never had I heard. And she was out there. She was out there. Never had I ever heard that Alicia Baumgardner had power, was a puncher, was any of that stuff. And that stuff gets around. Sugar always been sugar from the beginning, right? Sugar's always been sugar. Sugar's always known the knock a bitch to slump a bitch, right? Either she getting slumped, and I've been live by the sword, die by the sword. I go in swinging, right? And I'll put you to sleep. I'll put you to bed. Right. And I am one of the few women who could do that fresh off the stool. Bitch, come fresh off the stool and I'll put your ass to sleep. Right. Big, small, short, tall. That was my superpower. Right. I wish I had the opportunities that these young women have now because they got rounds, right? Back in the day, nobody wanted to see women fight past 4 rounds. It was hard for you to get on a card fighting past 4 rounds. Nobody wanted to sit and watch it because a lot of women didn't have pop and power, right? So my OGs, my gladiators that trained me, first of all, I piqued their interest because I had that thunder clap, right? You won't hear the thunder. I had that thunder clap, right? And they taught me how to use it. So either I was going to get you out of there or I was going to damage you, right? But it worked against me in the long run because everybody got together and said, no, 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 no. We ain't going to fight her. She dangerous. You know, it is what it is. Great amateur career, struggled to get fights, sanctioned fights in as a professional. Ars Carforan says Linda Darto said she punched a lot harder in the rematch. She said what she said. You know what I'm saying? She punched harder in the rematch. A lot harder in the rematch. Okay. Big Justin James said both. She said it in an old interview, and she said she punched harder in the rematch. Oh, okay. So Big Justin James, she said that she was a hard puncher. I didn't hear. I didn't know. I've not known of Baumgardner to be a power puncher like that. But okay. Electro Jed said Alicia gave us one of the most spectacular knockouts when she knocked a girl out standing on her feet. I mean, she was out cold, still standing. Yeah, that was Terry Harper that I was talking about earlier, who now fights at like she looks like normal at 152 and welterweight. So Alicia Baumgardner fought Terry Harper. I think she went down to 126 pounds. That's 30 pounds lighter than she's fighting now. Okay. So out cold and still standing means you sucked down past a healthy weight that you can recover from. And Alicia just came out and finished what you started, right? Alicia Baumgartner has had some spectacular fights, performances. I'll give that to her. I will give that to her. So I can see where she, she believes in what she can do. But I just feel like she should focus more on cleaning her name up, because she's lucky that she has another opportunity to actually do that. And so this Baumgartner versus Persoon fight will help her, will be, one notch up the ladder and getting her out of that shit pit she put herself into for cheating, or for that steroid situation. And I am interested. I would pay to see what the outcome for this is. Okay, lovely assistant. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Lovely assistant. Wake up! It's a party over here. Okay. So we got McCaskill versus Price. Okay, so they want to unify the WBA, IBO, Ring Magazine. For some reason, I'm just not feeling the Ring Magazine belt. Why? Because there was a time where Ring Magazine they were very vocal in saying, they're not trying to mess with no women boxing, right? And then they kind of picked and choose who they decided to put in there. So, somebody had to pay them for the article, right? We didn't get in there because they were particularly interested in us. So for this welterweight world championship, so it looks like McCaskill has to defend these titles. She has to defend, meaning that, girl, you need to pay this bill, right? You got all these belts. You only fight every leap year with these belts. You need to pay some money. Now versus Price. Of all the contenders, right? I think Price has like 6 fights or something like that. She's a sub 10 fighter. How is a fighter like McCaskill, who has gone through she has gone through everyone except for the appropriate opposition that she should be fighting to hold this belt. Like she'd be like, yeah, I'm a bad bitch. Yeah. I'll fight, then fight a bad bitch. Okay. Step to side. No, she too bad. You sitting over there in that corner, not paying attention. I'll fight you. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a sub 10 fighter. McCaskill has been out here for a while now. Why wouldn't McCaskill step up and try to fight Jonas? Why wouldn't McCaskill fight Mayer? Why wouldn't McCaskill fight? I mean, she fought Chantel Cameron, which Chantel did an excellent job of handling her. There are all these higher valued opposition, not sub 10 fighters, like fighters who have been out here that McCaskill could be fighting right now. McCaskill versus, come on, y'all, give me somebody. Anybody who been out here. She's fighting Price, sub 10. I think Price has like 6 fights. And then it's like, y'all keep believing it. Now, I think Sandy Ryan gave her a great run for her money. Sandy Ryan could have stopped her when she fought her. McCaskill underestimated Sandy Ryan. Sandy Ryan was killing her with them body shots, and she showed up in no type of shape at all, right? So that's where I said Sandy Ryan needs a bit more seasoning, because when you see you're you have to have been through enough things to smell blood in the water and get excited. Sandy Ryan didn't. Sandy Ryan still got the friggin' floater around her, and she's like, "Yep, I'm doing good. I'm doing well." No, bitch, there's blood in the water. Kill it, right? And so she let her opportunity go with possibly stopping McCaskill and being in a better position. But let's see what happens with this Harper fight. Our Scarf One says Ring website belt. They don't have a monthly print magazine anymore. Our Scarf One. I love the shade. If that was, I love it. I like it. Ring website belt. Yeah. So yeah, Ring magazine ain't no magazine no more. It's a website. You write about that. Oh, I love it when we get nippy like that. I like it. Electro Jed said, I've said this on other panels and on my own panel. The women in boxing has been holding it down and fighting each other without question. Not like a lot of prima donna in men's boxing. It has been that way. But Electro Jed, let me shine some light on this. They'll promote a fight to say, oh, these two women, yeah, they'll fight. But in women's boxing, there are more unknown contenders that are amazing, that are licking their chops, waiting to fight these broads who are in the spotlight, who actually, right, like say a Tiara Brown. Tiara Brown should have been fought Amanda Serrano. Amanda Serrano avoided Tiara Brown, for so much so that Tiara Brown is just waiting in the wings, right? But yet everybody wants to fight Amanda Serrano, right? And Amanda Serrano wants to fight everybody. Oh, she want to fight everybody 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Well, why wasn't, Tiara Brown is the gamest contender for Amanda Serrano to be fighting 3-minute rounds with, because Tiara Brown wants it too. She wants that smoke for 3 minutes too. And you never hear Amanda say anything regarding that. You see what I'm saying? But yet she's supposed to be, you'll see her. She'll come on any platform. I am the world champion. Well, I am the highest paid bitch out here fighting. Well, I am, right? She'll quick to be telling you that, but she's not quick to really take a real fight. You know what I mean? Like the realest fight that she has had was when she fought Erica Cruz. I think it was Erica Cruz. Yeah. Erica Cruz split that wig, right? And she had to sit out from the Katie Taylor fight after she fought Erica. That's how much damage Erica did, because Erica is a real fighter. She barked up that tree and she realized, guess what? Listen, I ain't built for no real shit. Let me go back to over here with what they call that, the fake grass. Let me come on over here in the fake grass. You know what I'm saying? Our Scarf One says, that's one reason why women's boxing became popular. Being undefeated does not matter as much. Yeah. The reason why women's boxing became popular, I would say, is when it got into the Olympics, it did shoot it up, because it put us on a platform that the world accepted. We were always out here. We were always behaving badly. it's just that we just couldn't, it wasn't accepted. When it got into the Olympics, then it was accepted. Then you had great performers like a Clarissa Shields that stood out, along with many other fighters of that time that stood out. Nicola Adams, who ended up having to retire because of, I think it was a torn retina or something like that. But you had, and not to say, Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor did her thing in the Olympics. Natasha Jonas did. These women went on that platform and they showed out, and they showed the world that women who behave badly are entertaining too. Omar Johnson said, everyone leave a like. For real, for real, for real. Everyone, please leave a like. Come on now. Don't be stingy. Electro Jet said, Erica put her heart in that fight, or whenever she fights. She's a real one. Yeah. I'm a fan of Erica. She's one of the fighters that I truly respect, because she's real. I always when I look at my fellow women who behave badly, I always think about what would I be, how would it be in there with her? And some of them I have to give it to them, like, this bitch would give me a hard time. Like, this broad is tough. She would me like it. You know what I'm saying? And then some is like, how'd you get here? You slept with somebody. Yeah, let me stop. Yeah, but just moving ahead, because you certainly didn't get up here with this or this heart, right? You got to be able to step to the baddest and be like, win or lose, I'm gonna show you who I am. And a lot of these broads won't do it. They're not bad enough. They really not that gal to bet on herself, right? Because listen, I'll fight you. A loss ain't gonna hurt me, right? I just want you to know what I do when I put my hands on you. And people gonna see it too. That's what that is. Electro just says, if you ever get a chance, I would love to have you on one of my boxing panels. I think you will have a good time and school some of these casuals. Listen, say less. Drop your information and time, and I think I'll be there. I love doing stuff like that. Thank you for inviting me, Electro Jed. Yeah, drop that information down in the thread and in the comments, right? So my people them can pick it up. And it's a date. I'll be there with bells on. But anyway, y'all, this show has gone, it's gone past my bedtime. Sugar got to get up early, good and early. Okay. I got so much stuff going on in the Sugarverse. Y'all need to start checking out the Natalie Sugar Brown channel. Okay. Along with what I do here on the Talking Fight platform with the Natalie Sugar Brown show. Okay. I love you guys out here. I want to thank all of y'all who showed up tonight, because Sugar have been inconsistent. I'm human. I got stuff going on. I wear so many different hats. I try not to spread myself thin, but everybody wants some sugar. And I don't think that's a problem. Anyway, thank you, Omar Johnson, for chiming in. Thank you, Bruce Gas Boxing, for inviting so many people to the party. I love you for that. Thank you, The Phantom, for showing up. Okay. Let's see. Thank you, John McSmith, for coming down to the party. Okay. Thank you, R Scarf One, for always showing up and participating and adding your bits and pieces of wonderful knowledge and insight. Okay. Um, thank you. Let's see who else. Thank you, Big Justin James, for putting it down for adding your little spiel about that pain and power. Because guess what? Us, we all love a little pain and a little power. But I mean, it's just got to be done right, don't it? That's all I'm saying, right? So we're gonna see what she do with Pursoon, with this pain and power. Let's see. Thank you, Electro Jed, for joining in. Thank you for your wonderful insight, dropping them bars that you've been dropping tonight. For real, for real. Um, that thank you for inviting me to your party. Okay. Now, is there a dress code or can I just, okay, I mean, tell me, tell me, just show up as my, tell me how to do it. I mean, I just be extra because I just get so excited to talk this talk with you all out here. And it's a different kind of party every time we link up, but we have so much fun. I love it. Thank you all for riding with me, showing up on a Wednesday night and talking this talk about women's boxing. Um, uh, my host says, drop it, the info in the comments, Electro Jed. Please do that so I can get the information. I might bring a buddy too. Mike ain't dropped in a long time, but I bet he'd like to come in. I mean, I don't like to bring a date to a party because I want to see what y'all. I want to see what's going on. But I think we have a bigger party when my guys come too. Um, our scarf one says you're welcome, and Electro just says come as you are. I love that. That means you really ride with your sugar. You love the sweetness, don't you? Don't you? I'm glad. I'm glad about that. So I'm going to wrap it up tonight, you guys. Like, subscribe, and share for real, for real. Find me on the internet. Find me on the Facebook. Find me on the Instagram. Everywhere, right? I think sugar is everywhere. Find me, like me, because I like it. Okay. And until next Wednesday, y'all take care of yourselves till I see you again. Okay. Till next time. Bye bye.